Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Today's another video on Fallout 4 and another settlement. Today we're going to do Oberland Station. You guys that do not know where this is, you do, just right over here. This water aisle, if you will, circle. With ado, let's get to it. So I started with this settlement, and I started building walls, and I left it very rough. I wanted a very rough settlement. I kind of wanted to have a house in the middle surrounded by sort of a circular walls, but I just didn't like the look of what it turned out, and I left the floors very bare and kind of stock most part. But then I just got to the point where I couldn't stand anymore. So I've just redone everything with the exception of the house, and some of the machines inside. The rest I just ripped all the walls out and I redid it from scratch. So let me show you what I've kind of turned this in. So normally I would have the gate kind of there facing the railway track, and I had the walls kind of blocking, kind of right coming to the edge of where you can actually build. And I kind of didn't like this pathway being blocked, because you know you do get some enemies coming down this line, and you get the provisioners coming straight down. We have a provisioner coming from Grey Garden right as we speak. And I kind of just wanted to have this one empty, so I kind of built it with that in mind. And then I moved the door on the side just because once I had a full settlement of 19 settlers, yeah, it was kind of difficult to move stuff around while they were running around and crops and manning the but I kind of like the way it turned out. So this is kind of on the side. I have some security spotlights, and then I have this door. So most of my newer settlements will have this door. I kind of like the look of it. And then I kind of, just to show you the side, yeah, mostly wood. I try to use as little as possible. Concrete walls. Anytime I use concrete where you need to block something that's kind of fairly low, like this piece here, you can't really get wooden walls down here very well, but the concrete walls sink into the ground, and so otherwise I try and avoid using concrete. I just don't like the look of it. My favorite type of wall. So here we go is the main settlement. Let me just get a higher view here for you guys.
Farming's as honest.
As you can see, you know, very different than probably expecting Oberland to look like. I use these marble floors for my settlements. I've got a security guard stationed here by the door. With one of my followers or subscribers to my channel suggested I should have one of these guard stations to kind of check NPCs or settlers coming in. That was kind of a good idea, so I implemented that into this settlement. So this was the house, was the original house. This one I didn't rebuild, but what I kind of wanted to do was I wanted to build a house kind of on stilts in a way, and then surround it almost like a moat in a way, but that kind of didn't work out the way I planned. So I've just kind of left that as is, and I've still kind of kept that concept, but I've just kind of added and built on it, and made it probably, you know, in settlement that I would normally build. Generally I leave the crop area alone. I like to leave the stock crop and just kind of build it bake it into my settlements. Sometimes I'll move it out and I'll build over it. I've done that with Abernathy a few times, but most of the time I kind of leave that alone nowadays.
got to do something to stop these raider attacks.
Duplication settlements. This is where I duplicate things like fusion cores, clothes, guns. I'll probably be making another video. I'll probably have a video ready on duplication, but I'll probably be making one on, you know, send things along the conveyor and then grab them before they hit the storage unit, and then you can actually duplicate items. The other thing I did with the settlement is I built a machine that creates clothes. You can create all sorts of fancy clothes, suits, dresses, which is kind of cool. It's the first time I actually did that at a suggestion of a friend, and I've dressed all my settlers in really smart clothes to make them look less shabby. So you find that most of my men are wearing suits, and then, you know, there's some checkered shirts, and then of course the doctor's wearing lab coats, which I actually used that machine to duplicate a bunch of lab coats. So instead of me going out and trying to find lab coats, I just duplicate them in that machine, and then I can go to all my settlements and give all the doctors lab coats.
Yeah?
Crops been growing pretty good lately.
So wooden fences, typically what I like to do, as you can see, I got a whole bunch of these marble floors, and I just step them up. It was all tricky getting building after the fact, but I got kind of the nice thing about these concrete floors, you can overlap stuff. So you can overlap them. You can see it's not quite straight here, but it allows you to overlap on top of other ones. So really, it's a nice. These concrete blocks are really a nice floor building tool, which you can do some creative things and step them up and make sort of patios and things like that, which is kind of cool. Okay, I've got a little overhead walkway. I'll show you that in a bit. Down this way, obviously the workshop there. Gives your settlement a lot more character. There's our water pumps down there. You got these.
That place is nothing but trouble.
Farm's not much.
Solar stations out down here, and then this place I couldn't really use too much, so I turned it into a little crop area. You can see all my settlers wearing dresses and well dressed clothes, but this kind of a nice little area where they, you know, got some crops in there, and then because of the way I built it, this area just underneath this deck can't really be used too much. But you can actually go up these steps. I try to keep these steps open, and it leads into the house, and the settlers can actually get in and out of the house there. Of course, this door, let me show you the opening of this door. I just built a little switch here. It allows you to open and close the door. And then it makes it a little bit more realistic if, you know, the provisioners are coming with, you know, the barman with the big heavy loads of goods, that they can actually get in the door versus them just suddenly appearing through a regular door. So that's the main settlement. It looks, I think, look pretty neat in terms of what Oberland normally looks like. Kind of a better view of that. So let me show you what the house looks like, and then I'll also show you, I'll give you like a night view. So just kind of before we go inside, I got this little deck around the side so you can kind of look out both directions. So if you do get attacked, your settlers hopefully can come up here and shoot. You know this areas here. And then I kind of wanted to build like a walkway around the side, just kind of a lookout of, you know, kind of that moat idea where you're kind of looking out and stuff. That's kind of so quite a lot of room to build at Oberland. More, I haven't gone right to the edges, but you can actually go a little bit bigger. Kind of down here, you can kind of look over your settlement. nothing too fancy inside the house. It's just really beds and food area.
Damn raiders hit us hard.
Fridges and stuff there, some stairs up there to the beds. Now these are kind of interesting. I don't normally build with these chairs. I don't like the look of them. I'd probably build with the newer metal ones from the vault because they're kind of cleaner and more looking. But one thing I noticed, and this might be the same for the metal one, but the one thing I've never seen before was when settlers are actually eating and you have them near the bar, you can actually see them eating off plates, and I've never seen that before. So it's kind of interesting. They just do it for like 2 seconds and the plates disappear. But it's kind of cool that you know, normally you kind of see them standing around the bar and kind of eating a bowl of noodles type thing. But I've never seen them eating off plates. But if you have these chairs, these benches, or, you know, as cafeteria chairs, and you actually see them eating off plates and drinking and sitting down, it's kind of cool. So I'll probably build those going forward as well. A little sitting area. And then I built this little stairway. I couldn't actually get underneath here myself, but the settlers can, because they seem to be kind of getting stuck on the stairway for some reason.
Well, if anyone could...
So I just built that for an extra access point in case the pathing wasn't working properly. And then finally, the bedroom area, and the bedroom's just sort of the top of the little house that normally you see at Oberland Station. I've just kind of taken advantage of that, and I've built a little room with beds and some stuff around it. Top of the house so you can watch. And then we have some glass roofs. Free to use any of these ideas as your own for your settlements to make them more efficient. If you have any questions, by all means let me know in the comment section. So thank you for watching. I hope you found that video useful. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'll do So let me give you one final view of just what it looks like at night. It's kind of neat to see all the lights on and stuff at night time. As you can see, I've got a lot of lights and stuff on around. Let's show you.
Yes?
Do you like power armor and you running out of cores like I do, then check out my duplication of the core video. It's actually really easy to duplicate cores. There's a few tips that I'll mention during that video you just want to be aware of. Just take a quick start on the outside here.
Another day of hard work. It never changes.
The light up sign, so it looks really nice at night time, especially with all the spotlights going. Color lights with Oberland Station. Fancy lights inside.
We've got to do something to stop these raider attacks.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
I'll show you these plates. As you can see there, those are the plates I was talking about. They kind of appear for 2 seconds
How are you?
and then they kind of disappear.
Yes?
Crop's coming in pretty good.
Just writing on some notepad there.
But it's something.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Crops been growing pretty good lately. Yes? Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
Farming's as honest work gets.
See, the settlers have no problem
You
walking
ain't one of
underneath
them
there, but
simps. Here to spy.
I can't actually walk underneath.
Ain't
That
looking
just
for
gets...
trouble, I hope.
Lost track of how many listeners I have.
Just down the sides, yeah. Stick light switch.
You ain't been up to see Grey Garden. You should go. Whole place is run by robots.
Need to get back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I ever saw.
There you go. Thank you for watching. Hope you found it useful. Enjoy.